Every year, Americans hand over more than $700 billion in life insurance premiums, and most of them have no idea how their policy is actually priced or whether it is quietly failing them. Life insurance is one of the most important financial products you will ever buy and one of the most misunderstood. In this video, we are going to break down exactly how life insurance works from the inside. How insurance companies price your risk, why so many people end up with the wrong kind of policy, and the simple math that could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. This is not a sales pitch. It is the information that insurance companies would rather you did not have. First, let us get the fundamentals right. There are two core categories of life insurance: term life and permanent life. And the difference between them is not just a matter of preference, it is a matter of thousands of dollars and very different financial outcomes. Term life insurance does exactly what its name suggests. You pay a premium for a fixed term, 10, 20, or 30 years, and if you die during that period, your beneficiaries receive the death benefit. If you do not die, the policy simply expires. No payout, no cash value. The insurance company kept your premiums and you got peace of mind. For most people in their peak earning years with families depending on them, this is genuinely enough. A healthy 35-year-old can get a $500,000 20-year term policy for around $25 to $30 a month. Permanent life insurance, which includes whole life, universal life, and variable life, is a different animal entirely. These policies are designed to last your entire life. They also include a savings component called cash value. Part of your premium goes into this sub-account, which grows over time. Sounds attractive, but here's where the complexity and the cost comes in. To understand why insurance is priced the way it is, you need to understand actuaries. Actuaries are the mathematicians behind every insurance policy. Their job is to calculate the exact statistical probability that you will die within a given period. They use something called a mortality table, a grid of ages, genders, and health statuses that tells them with startling precision how likely any given person is to die in any given year. This is not guesswork. It is science refined over hundreds of years of data. Here's what is fascinating. The insurance company is not betting that you will die. They are betting on a population. They sell policies to thousands of people, and the math tells them exactly how many will die and how much they will owe in death benefits. As long as the total premiums collected exceed the total benefits paid plus operating costs, the company profits. Your premiums also go into a reserve fund, a pool of assets the company invests, primarily in bonds and stable instruments. The return on those reserves is another significant revenue stream. So the next time you wonder why your premiums feel expensive, remember, you are not just paying for coverage. You are paying for the mathematical certainty that a company can always make good on its promise. Here's where things get uncomfortable. Life insurance is almost always sold, not bought, and the sales incentives are dramatically skewed toward permanent policies. When an insurance agent sells you a term policy, they earn a modest commission, typically 5 to 15% of the annual premium. But when that same agent sells you a whole life policy, their commission can range from 50 to 100% of the first year's premium. On a policy costing $400 a month, that is up to $4,800 in commission in the first year alone. This structural incentive explains a lot about why whole life insurance is so aggressively marketed and why the pitch always sounds so attractive. Tax advantage growth, death benefit, safe investment, all rolled into one. But most independent financial planners and fee-only advisors, people who earn no commissions, do not recommend whole life for the average family. Not because it is a scam, but because the cost structure makes it a very poor investment for most people, most of the time. The cash value growth inside a whole life policy often yields just 2 to 4% annually after the insurance charges are stripped out. Meanwhile, you are paying 3 to 5 times more than a comparable term policy. Now let us run the numbers that most insurance agents will not show you. This is called the buy term and invest the difference strategy. Here's the scenario. A 35-year-old needs $500,000 of coverage. Option A, a whole life policy. Premium, roughly $450 a month. Option B, a 20-year term policy. Premium, $28 a month. The difference? $422 every single month. Now, what if instead of paying that extra $422 to an insurance company, you invested it? Put it into a low-cost index fund, tracking the S&P 500. The S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% annual returns over the past 90 years. $422 per month, compounding at 10% annually over 30 years, that is approximately $850,000. Your $500,000 whole life policy? If you are lucky, the cash value might be around $150,000 to $200,000 after 30 years. The math is not even close. Now, critical caveat. This comparison assumes you actually invest the difference. Most people do not. They spend it. This is where this strategy requires discipline. But for those who follow through, the outcome is dramatically superior. To be fair, whole life insurance does have legitimate uses. For high net worth individuals concerned about estate taxes, a permanent policy can be a tax-efficient way to pass wealth to heirs. Business owners sometimes use whole life for key person insurance or buy-sell agreements. And for people with certain medical conditions who might become uninsurable in the future, locking in permanent coverage early can make sense. But these are specific, sophisticated situations, usually involving estate attorneys and accountants. They are not the typical family that is told by an agent that whole life is the smart money move. The core lesson here is simple. Life insurance is a tool. Used correctly, primarily as affordable term coverage during your years of peak financial responsibility, it is one of the most powerful protections you can give your family. Used incorrectly, as a savings vehicle, a tax shelter, or an investment, it is likely costing you far more than it is worth. Know the difference. Ask the right questions. And if you found this breakdown valuable, subscribe to Insure Smart. We publish deep dives like this every week, because understanding how money really works is the first step to making it work for you.